Did a U.S. missile shoot down a Russian plane? Putin claims Patriot system downed Il-76, demands international probe. Dive into the investigation, uncovering the truth behind the Il-76 crash and its impact on the geopolitical landscape. Welcome everyone. Today, we delve into a significant geopolitical development, the aftermath of a Russian military plane crash and the controversial claim made by President Vladimir Putin. In a startling revelation, Putin asserted that the U.S.-supplied Patriot air defense system was used by Ukraine to shoot down a Russian Il-76 military transport plane. This incident, which occurred last week in the Belgorod region, has ignited a complex web of accusations and demands. Putin, in a public statement, not only confirmed the use of the Patriot system but also called for an international investigation into the incident. His insistence on a thorough examination adds a layer of urgency to the situation. The stakes are high, with Moscow accusing Kyiv of downing the Ilyushin Il-76 plane and, in turn, causing the tragic loss of all 74 lives on board. As we navigate through this unfolding story, we'll explore Putin's statement, the call for an international investigation, and the accusations against Ukraine. Join me on this journey to unravel the complexities surrounding Putin's claim and its potential impact on the geopolitical landscape. Let's begin. Turning our focus to the heart of this unfolding drama, let's delve into President Vladimir Putin's initial statement made last Wednesday. In a dramatic revelation, Putin asserted that the Russian military plane, an Il-76, was brought down by a U.S.-supplied Patriot air defense system. This shocking claim sent ripples through international relations, setting the stage for a contentious discourse. Putin, in his own words, declared, "The plane was downed, and it's been definitively established by an American Patriot system. The expert analysis has already established that." This definitive stance not only pointed fingers at the U.S.-supplied technology but also underscored the gravity of the situation. What makes this even more intriguing is Putin's insistence on an international investigation. He emphasized, "We insist that an international investigation be carried out. No international organizations are willing to do this." This call for an impartial inquiry adds a layer of complexity to the narrative, suggesting that Moscow is keen on an objective assessment of the incident. Accusations against Ukraine were not spared in Putin's statement. Moscow accuses Kyiv of downing the Il-76 plane and alleges that 74 lives were lost, including 65 Ukrainian soldiers en route to a prisoner swap. This intensifies the diplomatic tension between the two nations. To better understand this, let's consider the broader context of the incident. President Putin making these claims amidst the already strained relations between Russia and Ukraine. The accusations and demand for an international investigation set the stage for a geopolitical drama that we will continue to unravel. As the narrative unfolds, we find ourselves in the aftermath of President Putin's initial claim. Subsequently, Putin doubled down on his statement, confirming that the U.S.-supplied Patriot air defense system was indeed used to shoot down the Russian military plane, an Il-76. His words during an event for his presidential campaign were unequivocal. "It's been definitively established that the plane was shot down by an American Patriot air defense system." Moscow's insistence on an international investigation continues to be a pivotal aspect of this developing story. Putin, addressing the incident in Russia's Belgorod region, emphasized, "We insist on an international investigation into the incident." This insistence underscores Russia's commitment to a thorough and impartial examination of the circumstances surrounding the crash. Now, let's take a moment to understand the current status of the investigation. Russian investigators have concluded that the U.S. Patriot air defense system was responsible for downing the Il-76 military transport plane. However, despite Putin's call for international involvement, there seems to be a reluctance from other nations or organizations to take on this task. The ongoing investigation is shrouded in complexity and diplomatic intricacies. The Kremlin, earlier this week, stated that the investigation into the Il-76 crash is still ongoing and it's premature to speculate about its findings. This leaves us with a crucial question: how will the international community respond to Moscow's call for an investigation, and what implications will this have on the already tense relations between Russia and Ukraine? As we navigate through the layers of this unfolding geopolitical drama, a crucial chapter emerges: the prisoner exchange between Russia and Ukraine. This exchange, the first since the mysterious crash of the Russian Il-76 plane, adds complexity to an already intricate narrative. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky announced that 207 Ukrainian service members were returned in this exchange. However, Russia's defense ministry reported receiving 195 Russian military personnel. This marks a significant event, considering the backdrop of the deadly crash that Moscow claimed involved 65 captured Ukrainian soldiers. Now, let's shine a light on the conflicting narratives surrounding the crash. Moscow insisted that the Il-76 plane was transporting Ukrainian prisoners of war, and Kiev countered this claim, stating that the plane was carrying Russian missiles destined for further strikes on Ukraine. The contradictory statements set the stage for a diplomatic tug-of-war between the two nations. Adding to the complexity, Russia initially failed to produce visual evidence supporting its claims about the number of casualties. Ukraine, in response, presented intelligence suggesting that only 5 bodies were delivered from the crash site to a morgue in Belgorod. This contradicted the number of crew members on the plane, creating a significant discrepancy in the accounts provided by both sides. The lack of clear visual evidence and the differing accounts surrounding the crash raise questions about the transparency of information and the reliability of the narratives presented by Russia and Ukraine. How will this impact the international perception of the incident, and what role will it play in the ongoing diplomatic tensions? As we progress through the twists and turns of this geopolitical saga, attention shifts to President Putin's post-exchange statement, adding another layer to the already complex narrative. Putin, in a meeting focused on his election campaign, reiterated his claim that the Il-76 plane was downed by a U.S. Patriot missile system. His words, "The plane was shot down, this has already been established with certainty, by the American Patriot system. This has already been established through examination." Ukraine, however, steadfastly denies any responsibility for the downing of the plane. Despite the Il-76 being within the range of a Patriot system deployed close to Ukraine's northern border, Kiev maintains its commitment not to use Western-donated missiles beyond its internationally recognized territory. This denial sets the stage for a continued diplomatic standoff between the two nations. Putin, undeterred by Ukraine's denial, emphasized that Russia would not halt prisoner exchanges despite the plane crash. In his words, "We need to pick up our guys. We have thousands, the Ukrainians have several dozen, maybe hundreds of POWs. But we will still take our guys if the Ukrainian side is ready for this, and they give a signal that they are ready." The commitment to continuing the exchange of prisoners, despite the ongoing investigations and the controversy surrounding the plane crash, highlights the persistence of diplomatic efforts on both sides. How will this determination to move forward impact the broader relations between Russia and Ukraine? Join us as we navigate through the aftermath of Putin's post-exchange statement, exploring the implications on the ongoing investigations, diplomatic tensions, and the prospects for future relations between these two nations. Stay tuned for the latest developments in this unfolding story.